I see my dreams, son. Every time I dive in my pool, it's hard to be humble when I do the breaststroke through a under.
Hello, Philly Fan 547 here, back for week 2 of my predictions. Last week, very exciting week, a lot of things that definitely very surprised. I definitely look at my picks a lot different this week because of how some teams played last week. Definitely a lot of criticism from Packers fans. Yeah, I picked the Bears last week to dominate the Packers, and yeah, I was really wrong. But I think if maybe we could, Packers fans really been on me about that, and not really what I expected out of Packers fans. I always thought Packers as some pretty nice fans and some pretty good people. You know, they take the win, they'll take the win, no doubt. If they lose, they take the loss like true fans. But they seem to be all over me about it. It was one pick, you know. It's not like I'm gonna pick the Packers to lose every week. No, I mean I think the Packers did very good last week, and yeah, they proved me wrong, and yeah, maybe it'll affect the future a lot. Maybe next time I won't pick the Packers or the Bears over the Packers, So they should just take the win and, stop busting me about it. Yeah, I was wrong, but I'm going to continue to do these videos, so Packers fans, you can get used to me. So to kick off week 2, I have a 13-3 record right now, so apparently my picks must not suck that much if I have 13 picks right. But whatever. Kicking off this week, we have the Panthers at the Falcons. I have the Falcons at home in this one. Falcons definitely pretty good last week in a close game in Miami. It was really a bit of a slow start for both offenses. Panthers last week got really beaten badly by the Eagles. A lot of turnovers in that. I think the Falcons, though, this week, it'll be a closer game than... I think it'll be a close game throughout. I think the Falcons edge it out in the end, though. Next, we have the Vikings at the Lions. I'm taking the Vikings in this one. Adrian Peterson, very good performance last week. Brett Favre, pretty good performance. The story of the day, though, seemed to be Adrian Peterson as they beat the Cleveland Browns. And what was a close game? I looked a lot out of that from Cleveland. I'm taking the Vikings, though, because I think, they're still a pretty good team that's going to fight out there for the North now. And the Lions, they did all right last week. 27 points, could put up for that. Matthew Stafford, he did pretty good. But I think the losing streak continues for them. I think the Lions will at least get one win this season. But moving on quickly, Bengals-Packers. I have the Packers in this one. Packers fans, you can stop now. I picked your team. I got you guys to win this one. I don't see much out of the Bengals. I actually think this game will probably be a big blowout. And I definitely think Bengals are not going to do good at all this week. Definitely a lot of good came out of the Packers last week if you watch that game. Aaron Rodgers, did very good. Defense did very good as well. And a lot to look ahead for to the Packers. They could probably be one of the surprise teams of this year. Moving on, we have the Cardinals at the Jaguars. I originally thought the Jaguars were probably going to win this, but I changed my mind, and I'm going with the Cardinals in this one on the road. Cardinals last week upset by San Francisco. Jaguars, pretty close game with Indy throughout, so I think a lot to look at there. I have the Cardinals this week, though. I think the Cardinals kind of bounce back from that loss. And even though they do struggle on the East Coast, though, I think they kind of steal one in Jacksonville. Next is the Texans at the Titans. I have the Titans in this one. Texans last week, what happened? I had them to win, and they ended up losing pretty badly to the Jets. Jets definitely, that was I don't know what happened with the Texans, and the defense really showed up. Offense didn't do much either. I think the Titans really take this game. It may be close for a little bit, but I think Titans kind of have that big edge in the end, though. Next, I have the Saints. Next, Saints at Eagles. I have the Saints in this one. Big reason, Donovan McNabb is not playing. Kevin Kolb is not the future of this franchise. And he has to put up points. I mean, he can't just, throw 7 completions for only 23 yards last week. He has to put up points, especially against an explosive Saints team. Drew Brees, 6 touchdown passes last week against the Detroit Lions. So if you want to beat the Saints, you got to hope your defense does good, and you have to put up points if you're a quarterback on the opposing team. So if they can do that, maybe the Eagles have a pretty good chance at this one. Besides that, I have Saints in this one. Next, we have the Raiders at the Chiefs. I'm taking the Raiders in this one. Raiders, tough loss to the Chargers on Monday night. Darren Sproles, a pretty good player. But Raiders definitely looked pretty good from pretty good. Offense was doing really well. They really punched the ball up a lot in that first quarter. They really struck first. And Raiders, it looked like a pretty good team. I definitely think, they may be one of those teams that may be in the race. I don't know if they really get a playoff spot, but I think they'll definitely be up there. Next, we have the Patriots at the Jets. Jets, impressive last week. Jets proved me wrong. I really thought Jets fans were going to be on me about that. I really didn't expect Packer fans to get on me as much as they did. This week, though, I'm going against the Jets again. I have the Patriots. Tom Brady, Houdini on Monday Night Football. 2 touchdowns in the last couple minutes. Very impressive. This week, I think it's going to be a close game throughout the whole game. Closer than I probably would have thought a couple weeks ago. And I see the Patriots just pulling it off slightly, maybe in the last minute again. But we will see. Next, we have the Rams and the Redskins. The Rams shot out last week by the Seahawks defense. The Redskins lose a close one in New York. I have the Redskins in this one. Redskins, they look pretty good last week. I think they're slowly getting up there. Jason Campbell slowly becoming a better quarterback. I was slightly impressed by how they did. I think they take this win with ease this week. Rams, nothing much to hold their heads up high. I mean, no points last week, and they have to score points to win games. Next game, the Buccaneers at the Bills. Bills, tough loss Monday Night Football. I'm taking the Bills in this one, though, because I think the Bills, they had the Patriots for a while. I definitely think the Patriots started out slow, and that Bills took a lot of advantage of that, even though they didn't score much. But I think there's a hidden rough in the diamond with the Bills right now. I mean, I'm not the fan of T.O. myself, but I think somewhere this team, I think they'll be average, but I think there's, somewhere in the Buffalo Bills organization, there's a chance, that they may go 8-8 and maybe be contenders. I don't know. Next, we have the Seahawks at the 49ers. 49ers, big win last week. I was in shock to find out the 49ers beat the Cardinals. I have the Seahawks this week. The Seahawks, though, like I kind of said from my division predictions, I think they're going to be a lot better this year. Hasselbeck's back. That defense shut out St. Louis last week. This is going to be a close game, though. This will be a close game throughout. I think Seahawks will have the edge out, though, in this one. And next one, very close game. Definitely game of the week to watch. We have the Ravens at the Chargers. Chargers just got away with a win last Monday Night Football with Darren Sproles with about 15 seconds left, touchdown. Very impressive. I have the Chargers in this one, just edging out the Ravens. So I mean, the Ravens are good, but the Chiefs kept close with them for a little bit last week, and I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do on the road in such a tough area like San Diego. I have San Diego pulls it off in a close one. Next, we have the Browns at the Broncos. I have the Browns in this one. Browns definitely looked pretty good last week, keeping up with the Vikings. And I think they take one from a Broncos team that got pretty lucky on that last play last week. Finishing off here because I'm running low on time. Steelers at Bears. Taking the Steelers in this one. Steelers, very good, pretty good last week. Bears, don't know what happened. Maybe I shouldn't have picked them. I do regret that pick a lot. Giants, Cowboys, simply. I'm taking the Giants in an upset, really. Someone tells me Giants love playing on the road. Giants' D was definitely back, and I think if they can really just put the pressure on Tony Romo, they can win it. And last, Colts, Dolphins. I have the Dolphins in this one. That's it for my week 2. I'll see you week 3.